Hello again. Hey, Sincel. Excuse me. We are gonna pick up where we left off with some minor improvements. I didn't fill out the journal, did I? I don't think so. I'll do that first. Gonna run? Yeah. All right, so worked through some player feedback. This mostly consisted of making minor improvements, bug slash QOL. Yeah, that's it. Okay, dots that get added to the perks tab can resize the whole dialogue slightly, causing a scroll bar to appear, at least for town perks. All right, let's go get the town perks. I don't know what we can do about this other than possibly shrink the size of this. I'm not even sure why this would cause this to resize. But yeah, you can see there's no scroll bar on the right. And now I do something and it shows up. Huh. I don't know what the something is. It's not these dots. I know for sure it can show up because I saw it on Leptus's screen. But, oh wait, maybe it has to do with maybe this and then we get money. No. What would do this? Maybe it's when you have everything unlocked? Because it doesn't look like this happens when you just have this stuff unlocked. Yeah, I don't know. If I just get everything. No, if anything, it'd be the opposite because it takes up less space. Yeah, I'm not sure. All I know is that a bug existed and that this can somehow get a tiny bit bigger. But I don't know how. All right, I'll just leave this on the list for now. The perks tab can somehow get resized, causing a scroll bar to appear. Left just hit this. Yeah, not sure what to do about that. Okay, need crops to show a growth meter, not numbers. This is actually something that my friend Sam had commented on when he played the game. We have crops on the farm, and it says growth stage 5 out of 6, for example. Like, putting numbers here is not a good idea. So what I think we should probably do is just have it show what percent complete it is. We can just have a progress bar, and it just fills up. I don't know if it's what's best. And I think that's all text content anyway, so we wouldn't even be able to do that easily. Let's take a look. We have set text and content. So yeah, I guess the content can just be any node, including a control. But to put something inline is probably not easily doable unless we can have a progress bar inside of a rich text label, which I doubt we can do. Rich text label, Godot. Progress. What? It's a loading progress bar is displayed? I don't even know what this is. What is a loading progress bar inside a text label? Is this if you click a link, maybe? Well, there are a whole bunch of effects and stuff. We could also just say what percent complete it is. Honestly, that's probably what's best. Just the percentage. Or not even rendering anything there. We could just get rid of it. Right, we have carrot food value 2. Yeah, I think it should either be a percentage. Can we even figure out what percentage it would be at? We should know how long it's been around for, right? Oh, this is the farm. We want to check the crop, I guess. Also, what's going on with this? Refactor into a method. Properties should not copy collections. Interesting. Where is it even used? Only there. Sure, let's do that. There is no make this into a method. Well, whatever. It's not that hard to do. Public list, get crops ready to be harvested. It's probably going to say the opposite here, though. Nope, it didn't. Okay, that's nice. The plot is occupied and the crop is ready for harvest. Select the crop. Yeah. Hey, Zed. Welcome in. Howdy, howdy. All right, so this is fixed linting error. Needed to turn a property into a method. That's not what we wanted to fix, though. What I wanted to fix is when we have a crop, we have time since planting and time to grow. So yeah, we should just be able to get this pretty easily. In fact, I wonder, let's go back over to here for the farm. Growth stage, num growth stages. What is this used for? Okay, we do use it for some stuff, but it doesn't need to be public anymore. Yeah, we can make this protected. So the farm won't have access to this, which let's just delete that for now. And then what was the other one called? Growth stage? Where's growth stage used? Yeah, only within here too. So this can be protected as well. And then if we're going to do this, we need to move wherever this is, somewhere else. I hate moving this stuff. I want to just move it for me. I don't even see where this is supposed to go. Here. Hey, typical. Let's learn live indeed. All right, so how I want to render this is some like percent completion thing. So let's make a public float percent growth complete. Yeah, something like that. And yep, it's just this, and we cap it at math.min of 1 and that. Good. Oh, what's the problem here? Parentheses can be removed. Yeah, sure. And then does this always return a float? No, it returns a double. All right, so now we plug that in over here. We say I don't know what we put as the label for this. Maybe, well, not growth. I don't know. Readiness? Yeah, I have no idea. P0, delete this. I don't think it should say growth. Or maturity, maybe? Okay, what's the problem with this? Error, growth cannot override, protected. Yeah, that same thing's going to be a problem over here, huh? Easy. Okay, so it builds. I think maturity is the better thing to write here. So you can see it going up. It should hit 100 and then stop and say click to harvest. Yeah, I guess it should do a math.floor on that though. Wait, it should be a math.floor. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Time since planting divided by time to grow. And it needs to hit its process. It adds here. There was like a little bit of a lag there. I don't understand what that lag was. Because this is already going to be... No, wait, maybe it is rounded. It might be rounded. Yeah, okay, if it's rounded, then that makes sense. All right, so let's do a math.floor here. Yeah. I don't know if it gets rounded or not. But this will make sure that it gets truncated now, not rounded. So maybe that'll fix that problem. We're just trying to make sure that there's no major delay. Oh, now it's not working at all. Of course, because this is always in the range of 0 to 1. So math.floor is always going to make it 0. I guess we could... Hey, Kevin, thanks. Well, let's go find out. C#, what, number format? What is, does P0 round? What's that? P02. Huh. I don't think I even knew about that. Where do I find out more about that? Number multiplied by 100 and displayed with a percent symbol. It doesn't mention rounding here. It also doesn't mention what putting extra zeros in this thing will do. What does that do? I wonder if it allows it to use fewer than the number it should need. C# playground. Let's go find out. So I want to do something like this. 0, P0, 0.5. Okay, so that should print out 50%. Yeah, so that's 50%. Now what happens if we say P02? I don't think there's a difference between that and just P2. What is the 0 for? What is that? They don't mention. Try to print 5% with both. Still the same. Hey, Reformulate, thanks for the resub. Happy 21 months. Well, let's just try this. Let's put a bunch of zeros. Does it do anything different? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know what these zeros are for. I don't know why they're in the documentation either. But this doesn't round, I guess. Oh, thanks for gifting a sub. Is Swinkly in chat? Apparently not, according to my chat thing that I have over here. Well, still, thank you. It's very, very kind of you, Reformulate. So what happens if we type like 999 here and set this to P0? Does it go to 100? It does. So what about 995? Okay, so this is rounding. Yes. So if I said the 994, it should show 99%. Yes. All right. We need that to not round. Is there a way that we can do that without just coding this thing ourselves? Where's the... It says more information. See this. Percent positive, negative, percent symbol, decimal digits. What's that? Oh, wait, what? You can customize all of those things? Oh my God. I had no idea there was even a number of format info. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if you can control rounding through this, but yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Rounding, use this. Okay. Yeah, I think we just need to write our own thing. I mean, I can multiply by 100 and do math.floor, but then we're not going to have the same percentages that are used in every locale, right? And that's my main problem here. Oh, alternatively, I can multiply by 100, do math.floor, and then just divide, right? Yeah, that would also work. So we have 0.994. I multiply by 100. I floor that. I divide by 100. I end up with 0.99. All right, yeah, well, let's do that then. But as far as this thing's concerned, the percent here is fine. Yeah. So we just need to modify this. So float percent growth floored equals math dot float. Is there math F? Oh. I don't know if I ever remember that. Now what's the problem with this? Oh, these were doubles to begin with. Can you use truncate instead? I think truncate and floor are the same thing in this case, right? Oh, you're saying truncate without... No, I don't think so. This only takes one argument. All right, so what we want to do is get this times 100 divided by 100. And then use that there. Okay, that should look good. So that way, as soon as this thing hits 100, it actually looks like it's done. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Now the only question is, should that say growth or should that say something else? I think it's probably obvious enough what this means if you see it, but I think maturity is technically better. Or like, I don't know. Yeah. It's probably good enough. As you always round down, as you specify how many decimal places. Oh, math that round us? Oh, in fact, truncate might have... No, there was only one. Digits. Digits. This does a heck of a lot. I think just multiplying by 100 and dividing by 100 is probably fine. Yeah. Wow, some of this stuff is crazy. Yeah, interesting. All right, so does maturity look better here? I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's good. Let's do that. Okay. Render crop growth as a percentage. Prior to this, it was based on the number of stages that a crop had, which was the number of frames of distinct growth that we rendered, which meant nothing to the user. Okay. Need to nudge players to build the farm. Didn't read the post ogre tip. Yeah, so if you don't get the farm, you can't progress. And there's kind of a split when I watch players. Some people only look for signs, and some people only look through buildings. Rarely will people mix the two. And if you are only looking for signs and you don't happen to see the farm, I mean, they don't stand out a lot. They've got some particles, but it's not like they're just like glowing there or something. So if you just don't happen to see this, then you won't build it. So we should probably just nudge you toward building it. Found a really good video tutorial last week. Almost want to find a written one that I can follow more async. Their documentation's pretty good. I mean, I know that's not the same as a tutorial, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. Hey, Swedish, loving the demo. Didn't see the signs, found them through the menu. Yeah, and if you find them through the menu, that's probably the better way because you'll see everything listed out and there's no way for you to mistake any of these things. But yeah, for whatever reason, some people just like trying to find the signs and then building through there. And yeah, the issue we have is we need to nudge people toward this, which I can do. We can certainly code that. It's just, will that feel good, I wonder? So what should the conditions for that be? In fact, you know what? I should probably change that sludge tip so that you need at least double the amount before it tells you about this. Because I don't know if I want this to pop up as soon as you have enough wisdom sludge. Although maybe I do. I just don't want people ignoring the tips. And the more tips that pop up, the more they'll probably ignore it. Anyway, what do we want for this? So show a tip when you have enough money, you don't have the farm, and maybe should there be something else? Something time-based? Maybe if you also have the armor shop, which would mean that you've probably beaten the volcano. Because there's already a nudge toward the armor shop. But how would you have beaten the volcano? You might have gotten lucky. Don't want to fill chat with comments and questions. If there's short things, I don't mind if you ask some comments or sorry, ask some questions and share some feedback here. If they're longer, there are two cases you can use, two places you can share it. One is the provide feedback button in the game. That opens up a Google form. And the other is Discord. And just whatever you prefer to do. I look through all the feedback no matter what anyway. And it doesn't matter if it's all in one place or not. So yeah, whatever's most convenient. Like I said, if there are long messages, then probably Twitch chat is not a great place. But if it's something like, oh, I had 2 quick comments. Yeah, sure, share them here. That's fine. Yeah, so these are necessary. The reason I have this last one here is because I don't want to push you too much in one direction. This might be the exact state of the game you're in. Maybe, well, you'll probably have the garbage slime. But otherwise, this might be the state of the game that you're in. You don't have the armor shop. You don't have the farm. You don't have the tavern. And you don't really know what you want yet. We know we want you to get the farm, but we just don't want you to take forever doing other stuff first. But it shouldn't be like as soon as you have 25 gold, we're like, go build the farm. Didn't realize I had a switch for a long time. Didn't know my workers weren't bringing potions to it. Yeah, so as of 1 hour ago, that has been changed so that when you build the extractor, well, it doesn't have the lever, but as soon as you get the lever, it's enabled by default. So if you don't happen to read this, which says click the lever on the side of the extractor, then yeah, it won't be off like it was probably when you played the game. So that was changed about an hour ago. I don't know. You have nothing to be sorry for there. Your confusion that you just expressed is what led to me changing that. Not your specific confusion, but someone else shared it with you. Okay. So yeah, do I want you to have this? I just don't want the tip popping up as soon as you have 25G. And 25G is low enough where I assume you'll buy the farm if you realize it's important. Yeah, I think I'll wait for you to have the armor shop too. I think that makes sense. Let's go code this. This should not be very difficult. So we have the town hall tip. I guess we're gonna make a farm tip. Yeah. Good. All right, so you have to have enough money, you have to not have the farm, and you have to have the armor shop. And I'll put a comment here for why I'm doing this. Also, I gotta write a note to clean my keyboard. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll say this tip is about building the farm, but the farm doesn't But I guess we don't want to show the tip immediately after you get enough money, since that'll probably happen as soon as you beat the boss that unlocks the farm. Instead, we wait for you to have built something else before telling you that the farm is important. This may be dumb reasoning. I just... This feedback was based on watching Boomer Tester play, and he didn't have the farm and didn't even know how to get more powerful because he hadn't played the game. So I needed something to tell him to get the farm. And I think I might have mentioned it at some point, like, oh, hey, you can build the farm. Or, no, wait, no. Was I even present at his stream while he was streaming? No, I watched it as a VOD. Yeah, it was left just that I nudged toward getting something. Oh, spending Wisdom Sludge, which was another problem that Boomer Tester ran into. But yeah, I don't want this to show up immediately, so that's why we're doing this. Anyway, there's money changed, and there's also what? Built the shop? Yeah. All right, so the string is going to say something like, you have enough money to build the farm. Click the buildings menu, buildings button to do so. Sounds good. So has met conditions to show. If the farm is not null, return false. Aren't these mutually exclusive? Hang on a second. I think we should invert the order of this if. If we've met the conditions to close, then who cares? Why would we show the tip? It's just going to hide itself anyway. Yeah, I think we should invert this. We move this else up to here, and then we just move this whole thing down to here. And that way, we don't need this here. Yeah, I think that's how that should work. All right, so let's go get the town hall tip and stop checking this. Hey, Big. Welcome to the stream. Hi, everyone who's new. So if you built the farm, then we don't need to do anything here anymore, yeah. And we want to know that you built the armor shop. Okay, so private void, built a shop, item category. That's it. We're done with that. So on money change, we just need to know that you have enough money. Yeah, so has enough money is going to be that this is greater than or equal to the farm cost. Anything else? Has met conditions to show. So this is that you have enough money and you have the armor shop. Oh, this, yeah, that's correct. Okay, I think that's it. I think we did everything we need to do. Yeah, we added this in. All right, let's go test it out. Oh, and the sign needs to show, of course. Yeah, I even tried telling me that. As my condition to show, and town.signs.farmsign is visible. Yeah, it needs to be buildable. Okay, let's test it. Oh wait, it's going to be showing by default though, but I won't have the armor shop. But we could save and load and get that to go away. Hey, Airsticks. Should the tip not say why you should buy the farm? Yes, you're right. Definitely should. This is stuck on building for some reason. Let me write this down here. Say why you should buy the farm. In the tip. What is happening here? I'm going to reload this. All right, let's try again. A native exception occurred during launch. Do I have this written down anywhere? No. I wonder if just quitting everything will work. Whoops. Let's try this. Verifying. What? Did it install the update? It did. All right, well, I guess we're reading that now. Agent mode is available in VS Code stable. Enable it by setting chat agent enabled. Extend agent mode with model context protocol. Try the new built-in tools. I'm curious to try this for sure. Chat agent enabled. All right, let's write this down somewhere. Try agent mode in VS Code and see if it's any good. Next added suggestions generally available. Benefit from fewer distractions. Sure, use your own API keys. Yeah, I don't care. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Okay, can we run this now? Please work. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I was like stuck building earlier. Maybe I had to do the update. All right, so we should see tips pop up, but I forgot to set the tip system to be much faster. So let's go make it faster. There. So we'll get some tips right from the very beginning saying like, you've got your adventurer, do stuff, build the town hall, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, great. All right, so now let's say we beat the first boss. There we go. We should see the tip about beating it. Yep. You've defeated the ogre. Some new buildings are available, and you can also fight in the volcano. So this tip stays around until you beat the volcano. And if you haven't beaten the volcano, then you can't get armor items. So this is a little bit weird because basically the only way you can screw this up and see the farm tip is you would have to beat the ogre, then hire an adventurer, and then beat the volcano, and then build the armor shop. And then you'll get the farm tip when you have at least 25 gold. I don't even remember what Boomer Tester did. So I don't know if they hit these steps. But yeah, the way it would look is we start this battle, we win it. That's going to give us the armor item, which now we'll get a tip about building an armor shop. Yeah, you just found your first piece of armor, build the armor shop to be able to sell it. So cool, we go buy this. Now this is going to dismiss itself. And then the farm tip is going to pop up because we have more than 25 gold. Yeah, you have enough money to build that. Well, the town hall one popped up, but that's because that would have happened a while ago. You have enough money to build the farm. Click the buildings button to do so. Buildings, farm, build. Now that should disappear. It does. Perfect. Okay, so everything's working. We just need to do what Airsticks talked about, which is say why you would want this thing. You have enough money to build the farm. The farm will... Well, let's just use whatever we wrote right in the farm sign, right? Yeah. The farm allows you to grow crops that can level up your adventurers. Click the buildings button to build the farm. And we're capitalizing this because I guess that's what I did for the town hall. Why does the notification timer reset itself? I think it has to do with how we try closing tips. The timer is only checked every 10 seconds and then sets itself to 5 seconds. But when I speed it up so that it's set every 1 second, then it's going to reset itself 4 times. So it's not a bug that players see. So you have enough money to build the farm. The farm allows you to grow crops that can level up your adventures. Wait a second. Then what does the shop thing say to you? You just found your first piece of armor. Yeah, shouldn't this be capitalized too then? Build the armor shop. But if I'm going to do that, isn't there something that talks about building a potion shop? Where do we sell it? Look around. Build potion shop. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's try that. So now we just got to get that tip to show up again, which should be pretty easy because we can just build this without doing anything else. And then we wait for it to show up. You have enough money to build the farm. The farm allows you to grow crops that can level up your adventurers. How about we shorten that sentence? You have enough money to build the farm, which allows you to grow crops that can level up your adventurers. And how about just click the buildings button to build it? Yeah. So what was it before? It was 171 characters on this whole line, and now it is 162. So we got rid of 9 characters. Well, it is shorter. You don't have money to build the farm, which allows you to grow crops that can level up your adventurers. I think that's a satisfactorily tantalizing description to get you to want to build this thing. Let's read it again. You don't have money to build the farm, which allows you to grow crops that can level up your adventurers. Click the buildings button to build it. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. So we're done with this. And let's go check this in. Looks good. Let's fix that back to what it was. This should be checked in on its own. Yeah. What is this for input method? The keyboard? Oh, the keyboard's a corn keyboard. I've got a bunch of videos I made on it. That's the most prominent one. But yeah, in short, this is a 36 key keyboard. So a lot of how you type is a lot of your keys will perform double duty. So like I'm pressing the same keys over and over here, but they're either typing out letters or numbers or sometimes some punctuation. And I can make them be the arrow keys too. So yeah, every key does a lot of different things. All right, let's check in just these changes. This one, and this one. So try or only show tips that wouldn't immediately close. Yeah, e.g. the town hall tip had logic to make sure you hadn't built the town hall yet. That was pointless. That is now unnecessary. Now, technically, what we should do is look through every other tip and make sure that that's not necessary. So let's do that because that's the smart thing to do. So we're going to look through every tip and we're going to search for this. Has met conditions to close. And then see if anything in here is needed. So that's technically not needed. We'll know whether you spent a skill point or not. I don't think that matters. That's just checking a Boolean. That's constant time. Same thing here. I don't care about that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this is fine. They're all just checking Booleans really, so it's not important. Although I guess even the original one was checking a Boolean too. It just happened to be checking a Boolean in its own if statement. So it's taking up 3 lines instead of just 1 line. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So now for the thing I actually wanted to change here, which is the farming stuff. Let's close out of every tab we have open. I hope this helps. These are the kinds of things I'll probably forget about this change completely. And then I don't know, days in the future, weeks in the future, I'll watch someone play the game and they'll encounter this and they'll be like, oh, I didn't know the farm was a thing. I'll be like, yes. Thanks, past me. Okay, so add tip about building the farm. Done. Swift shoes should probably make it clear it works for all skeletons. I don't remember what the wording is on this. And I didn't have the game running. I think I watched this on my phone. So let's see. Boost the speed of you and your adventurers. Yeah. That's not complete. It's you, your adventurers, and any workers you've hired. Boost the speed of you, your adventurers, and your workers while in town. Okay, that's one way we could phrase this. Another way we could phrase this is boost the speed of skeletons and adventurers while in town. You happen to be a skeleton and you hire other skeletons. So this is okay. We could also phrase it as this. So we have three options here. I think I'm leaning more toward this one. But I guess as a new player, skeletons is definitely clearer. You can tell what a skeleton is by looking at them. Maybe we combine the two and we say something like skeletons and then in parentheses workers. Or vice versa, workers, i.e. skeletons. Yeah. Hang on one second. Okay. Boost the speed of workers. I kind of like the last one now. I think I'm going to go for that. Let's see what it looks like in the game. We're adding more Latin to the game. Id-esting it up in here. Boost the speed of workers, i.e. skeletons and adventurers while in town. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so clarify. What's this called? What is this called? Swift shoes. It wasn't clear that it affected hired workers. All right, someone's done. People expect the title screen to have looping music or something. Maybe just town ambience or chatter or something would be good. All right, this is only something we can do if we already have the sound effect. I'm not going to go like make a chatter sound effect here. So let me see if I can find this really fast. Okay, so here are all my sound effects that I bought. Are any of these... I'll just search for ambient. Barn door, beehive, farm ambience. What's this sound like? Playing that on the title screen. Let's search for chat. No, all right. I don't know. Voices. Yeah, there's like nothing here. What else? Speech. Yeah, these are like random individual voices saying something like attack. So yeah, I don't think we have anything for this. All right, well, let's just look at folder names then. Home, downloads, Leo. Anything that looks like it would fit. What's in this? Birds, cave, horror, island, night, rain, river, sea, waterfall, wind. What's night? We can't do that. Oh man. All right. I don't know. None of these are like town ambience. Wind. I'm gonna play wind on the title screen. Waterfall. God, these are bad for me. I don't think there's anything we can get for this. I know these are pretty quiet. Feels birds outside, man. Hey, Sarah. Island? What's this? No, none of these are going to work. It's nice to have these at least. No. Yeah. Yeah, none of those are going to work. All right, what else do we have here? Farm, inventory, jingles, animals. No. Okay. Well, what I was picturing is just generic chatter on the title screen because we have music on here. But it ends. And after it ends, there's nothing. I mean, I could loop it. I could compose something that we end up looping just once this is done. Or yeah, we have some general like, yeah, town ambient sounds. All right, let's go look up those CC0 sound effects. Chatter, or like town chatter. I don't know. How about we just find a generic website for this? Let me turn this off. I don't know why I have this playing. Best place to get completely royalty free but good quality whatever's. Free sound CC0. The site isn't even loading. This was 4 years ago, so yeah, maybe it no longer exists. Open game art. All right, so let's search for chatter. Robot chatter, raccoon. Free crowd chatter. No cheering, I don't want that. Dialogue? I just want sound effects. Can I just search through this stuff? Yeah, I can. I can do this. And there are only 847 here, so this is probably not the way to go to find these. What is this? Explosion? What is this? Oh, the site loaded. Well. Background talking. Tram people talking. It's a CC0. There's a license for this. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's the tram sound. That's not gonna work. Yeah, otherwise kind of interesting. Mumbling crowd, people talking, background sound. This could work. Except for that. Can't use the clapping. I don't know. This is really out there as far as what I'm trying to do for the title screen. I do not know about this. What else could we do here? I guess we could play another music track entirely or something that does a loop. Yeah. By the way, I see this more than most people probably would experience it because streamers typically end up on the title screen and then fiddle around with settings more than I think regular players would fiddle with them. So they're on the screen for long enough that they end up hearing the entirety of the title theme. I don't know what to do about this though, so I think we just leave this for now. But I'll bump this down here to the backlog. Okay, what's next? Rename Forest 2 to something else? Yeah, maybe we just call it the Deep Forest or something. It doesn't need a... Yeah, it doesn't need a crazy name. What does it look like? It pretty much just looks like the regular forest. Yeah, I'll just call it Deep Forest. I just don't want there to be a number in one of the instance names. Rename Forest 2. It's the only instance name with a number. Battle windows get in the way of panning the bottom edge. Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. Is there ever a clickable element at the bottom of the battle window, though, that we'd be obscuring by doing this? Because the problem that Boomer Tester ran into is he was trying to drag an item to the bottom and would typically do it over... Oh, you can't even drag items over the battle screen. He's trying to do it over one of the battle screens and it wouldn't work. You have to drag to the side of it. But another thing that he kind of mentioned, and a bunch of people have mentioned this, is just wanting to minimize these. We're almost certainly going to have to do that at some point. Allow for minimizing them. I still haven't figured out what that's going to look like or where we'll even put the minimize button. Also, another problem that's biting everybody is just this close button is too appealing. People tend to close, like they're like, oh, the rogue finished that battle. Let's put them somewhere else. So they close this, then they open this, and then this doesn't have a party selected. So they're like, oh, why doesn't have a party selected? And then they choose the battle location again. Yeah, make it really tiny and have it confirm 5 times when you click it. So part of... Yeah, I'm just going to write this down. I don't know what I want to do about this yet. Actually, no, we should write it in the minimize task. Yeah. The edge of screen panning feature is covered by battle windows. So you can't drag downward if battles are at the bottom of the screen. All right, let's just keep going. He wanted a nudge toward leveling up. We just coded that. He didn't add his party along, got frustrated that it wouldn't remember his last party. We should probably address this somehow. If you close a battle window, auto-populate the battle party with the last party you used, since you probably meant to edit the party. I think this is smart. And I'm the one who wrote it down, so I think that I am smart. So basically what I'm saying is you've got, let's say you started a battle with these 4 characters. So we got what? Rogue, Mage, Warrior, Cleric. And you're like, oh, well, I'll just close that. The next time you open this, it should probably just remember you had Rogue, Mage, Warrior, Cleric. And then if you want to get rid of them, you can. But probably you wanted to use them if you just closed a window that had them. There are lots and lots of edge cases here. So this might work in 80% of the cases and not in the other 20. And in those 20%, I don't necessarily care. We're not trying to come up with something that's perfect for everything. I think people are more frustrated by seeing this view where none of their adventurers are in a party. So yeah, how do we do that? Clicking the X should set the battle party in battle panel tab. And then as long as you click the portal, clicking the portal or battle map should use that party. We have some code for this already. It's just for when you have a single party member though. Where is that? Yeah, here it is. All right, well, where do we clear the battle party? Right here. We just don't do this anymore. All right, so if we just did this, this isn't even the change. This is just not ever clearing the battle party. So this means that if you start a battle with party A is still going to be visible in that dialogue the next time you go to it. So we unlock all the adventurers. We start with like Rogue Warrior. Now we open this up again. We see Rogue Warrior there. So I don't want that to happen. Yeah, I think when you click Start Battle, it should clear out the battle party. Yeah. So where's Start Battle? Here it is. All right, so now battle party. Where is this thing? Here it is. Okay, done. And then when you click the X, we repopulate it. And how do we do that? Set. There's no set. There isn't one. Oh, man. All right, well, we'll have to make one then. Yeah. Oh, wait. Set adventurers. That's for the whole party chooser. We don't have anything for the battle party, right? I guess I might as well. Oh, wait. What's that? We have it right there. Add a battle party. Yeah. But this is only wrapped by one other function. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's do that. Public void. And what does this take in? Classes? A list of adventurers. Seriously? Huh. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Well, fine. Set battle party. I read only list of adventurers. Also, the next edit suggestions have syntax highlighting now. That seems really interesting. So now we want to call this function when you close a battle window. Close instance slot, but only when you actually click the close button, which I guess the instance slot itself has a close button, or what instance does. Where is this thing? Where is a close button here? I don't see it here. And I don't see it there. Oh, it's only on end battle screen and walking to portal? Yeah. Yeah, there's one. And end battle screen has the other. Yeah. Okay, sure. There are two X buttons. Walking to portal and end battle screen. All right, let's start with end battle screen. So there's the close button. When you press this, it calls close, but presumably other things also call close. Nope, just that. So I'm going to rename this to manually close to make it clear. Manually close. And we're going to, oh, drat. We need to call this on the battle tab, whatever. And nothing's going to be listening for this, so it doesn't matter. Although, actually, we could just directly call into this if we really felt like it. Or could we? Yeah, we could. All right, let's do that for now. We'll think of how we want to do this better in the future. Set battle party to the adventurers that we had in here. Interesting. That actually would work. But there should be an easier way to get that. Yeah, it's right there. Wait. That had a long comment on it, though. What does that long comment say? This doesn't necessarily reflect the adventurers in the instance that just finished. Those adventurers are always the ones that just did battles, whereas these could have changed any number of times due to editing your party. Smart. Smart. Wow. Crazy. Okay, yeah, let's use that there. All right, so that's coming from walk to, or no, that's the end battle screen. Now we need walk to portal, or walking to portal. That has a close button there. when you press this one, it calls close. Does anything else call this? No. So again, we'll rename this to manually close. And do we have the town here? We got it, but we don't save it. Well, now we're going to save it. Init will store that. Town equals town. And then close is going to... Man, syntax highlighting on autocomplete or on AI autocomplete is really, really nice. Now this one, you couldn't have edited your party. So this actually should be party section nugget adventurers. And that should be the feature. Let's try that out. So let's test some things here. So we open this up. We've never started a battle before, so it has no idea what we should use for this. So we're going to pick Rogue Mage and start a battle. Now we do some battles, whatever. We win one, we repeat one, we win one again, we close this. Now Rogue Mage should still be selected here. Yeah. But if we start a battle with Rogue and Mage and then also start a battle with Warrior Cleric and then close the... So right now if we open this, it's got nothing in there. That's perfect. But then we close this one. Now Rogue and Mage will be populated. And then we close this one. And now Warrior and Cleric will be populated. Yeah, I think this is what people expect. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we got to test a couple more things, though. What happens if we edit this party? So we give them the Witch Doctor, and then we close this. Now we open this, and it's got the Witch Doctor, yeah. All right, yeah, I'm convinced. I think this is way more usable. See, the thing is, since I made the game, I know what buttons are in the game, and I know that editing your party is typically what you want to do. But like I said, this close button is just too appealing for people. They just click this immediately, and then they're like, oh, I want those same characters in new battle. Well, guess what? Now you can do that. It probably... Does it remember where you were? That I don't know. Let's click the jungle here. And then close this, and then open this. Yeah, it's still whatever you were selected at. Although I don't think that gets updated dynamically. Let me try that again. So we do this. We click over to the volcano. Then I close this. I think it's still going to have the volcano selected. Yeah, and I think that part's fine. All right. Cool. Cool. Let's go check that in. There's something commented out somewhere that I left. Yeah, this. Wow. What a good change. Okay, so remember the party of a closed instance, closed battle window? Many people play Skeleseller by closing every single battle window before trying to start a new battle. By doing this, they constantly have to form their parties again. With this change, we populate the battle... Yeah, we populate your battle party with the adventurers from the most recently closed instance battle window. Yeah. All right, let's see how that functions. I'll need to watch some new players play the game and just see, are they pleased by that? Is there any friction they have? Yeah. Okay, and what's the last thing here? He had a skill and a skill point, but never actually spent the point. The tip about feedback got stuck on the screen and he didn't dismiss it. He said that adventurers with unused points should glow to make it more obvious. Yeah, I mean, I agree on the glowing thing. It's just maybe we put like a 1 pixel glowing border around it. And only on this screen. So like, let's say you have a skill point. Right now we show these little pips there. So if you have a bunch of skill points, you'll see a bunch of pips there. But that's not ever clarified to people. And I think it'd be much more obvious if we just had like a little rainbow glow around it anyway. We could make those pips have a rainbow glow. In fact, actually, I wonder if that would make it any clearer. Let's take a look. Available skill points label. Label content. Here it is. String.join. Skill points symbol. This is a points of is greater than 0. Okay, yeah. So what we want to do here is find out, is that a rich text label? And is it? It is, and it has BB code enabled. So we could do something like that, right? We could put rainbow here. Yeah, I wonder if that alone would just be a good change. I mean, slow it down a little bit, but it would stand out, that's for sure. You just wouldn't know what that meant. It's going to catch your attention and clarify nothing. Well, we use rainbow text in one other place, right? Yeah, here. So what if I got this and we put this over, where is it? Right here. Label content / rainbow. I think a plus symbol could help. Feels that's often used for skill points. It might. We do show, hang on a second. Wait, before I forget. Okay, so this little rainbow thing's going to show everywhere. And also it's super distracting, as I thought. So I think this is a bad idea. But we could hide that from certain places. We do show your skill points here and here. So I wonder... I wonder how we want to do this. Maybe above the pips. Maybe. Okay, so part of what I'm wondering about, we have the level thing right there. What if that badge changed color? Right now it's like a white circular badge. What if we made it green? Because yeah, these rainbow things, I mean, it looks cool, but it is not at all clear what it's trying to communicate. All right, well, where do we show the level? Party member, base, level, label. It's not here, it's in party member. There it is, level, label. This is inside of a panel, though, that never changes color. So I guess we need to test it over here. What is this thing? A panel container? Style box flat. So we could just change the background color of this however we want. Yeah. So what if I just made it green when you had a skill point? I mean, maybe not like that green. I don't know. But yeah, this is one thing we could do. We could change the color of this. We could change the color of the border of this. Because I think the border is just, yep, there it is. Make that rainbow. Everything changes rainbow. Their pupils are rainbow. Their health bar just goes zany colors. Changing color doesn't feel the cleanest way to signify new skill personally. Feels clear if you know, but maybe not for new players. Yeah, so we have green as like the actionable color in a lot of cases. So buildings is green, meaning there's some building you can afford. If we spent all of our money, all of this stuff turns white. So in this case, it would have potentially trained you already that like, oh, hey, you've got something you can do with this character if it turns green. But yeah, we could add another symbol. Like we could put a little plus button up here. Hovering over these could say how many skill points you have. Maple Bumbo. Isn't golden arrow up the universal symbol for a level up? So this isn't indicating a level up necessarily. You might have, let's say you've done something like this. You've unlocked all your skills and you put some points in here and you're like, you know what, let me reset my skills. Then you go over to some other character and you just close this dialogue and forget. At that point, your warrior still has 2 skill points, but they didn't just level up. That could have been like an hour ago that they leveled up. So yeah, I'm not totally sure. We just need something to indicate to you that this is possible. I think a tooltip would help. And that way, when you hover over the thing that has, yeah, you probably need an icon or something. Put a red dot in the corner. We already have dots in the corner, and it's not helping people. In fact, actually, the last person who played this said it'd be nice if you had dots in the corner. I thought there are dots in the corner. Yeah, so as you level up, you'll see these little dots collect over here. And it's only on the characters that actually have some skill points. I think I'll put some more thought into this in a bit. I don't know. I guess people do need to know about this stuff. All right, well then let's test some things out. Let's go add in another panel container here and just paste this like that and move this up a little bit. And then give this a plus. I mean, we need to move it a little bit so that it actually, whoops, I didn't mean to type a W. We need to move it a bit so that it looks like it's centered. But imagine maybe something like this. Change the font size somewhere. Like, would that be obvious? Ignore the colors. I still have the sucky colors from before. I guess we even overlap this on top of the other one. No, we can't. Never mind. That looks dumb. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I like making it green like the other menus when you can afford something. So that's another change. This is very subtle, but you can kind of see this does turn green. It turns dark green instead of red. So they're only very subtle changes. We need like some in your face change. And yeah, maybe highlighting these or making them glow. Oh, I can't click when I'm zoomed in. What's going on right now? What is going on right now? Oh, that was weird. Make party member cells jump up and down like Mac OS apps. Actually, that would work. Have like a little wiggle when they have skill points. Do you think people will notice it? I think they would. I would like to think that they would notice that. If I put this here. Is it worth just trying it out? See, this is the thing, right? I need someone else to play test this who doesn't know that any of these are even systems and then say like, oh yeah, that character's got a level up. Of course, they've got a plus there. And I'm like, yeah, of course, plus, obviously. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm going to leave this for now. I want to do changes that I'm at least certain about, even if they're pretty minor. But yeah, this definitely needs some kind of treatment. Yeah. We need to make available skill points more obvious. People don't see the pips or the change in font color. All right. Next up, I had try agent mode in VS Code and see if it's any good. I mean, sure. Let's try it with whatever the next changes that we want to make. What is the next change? Enough people want to be able to interrupt automated camera dragging that we should do it. Okay, sure. Let's try this out. So let's go enable agents. Okay, now let's turn on agent mode over here. I don't even know what this is about. How do we clear this out? How do we clear this? Never used this before. plus. There we go. Okay, what did I want to do? Allow for interrupting automated camera dragging. Okay, sure. Where is that? And to location over time. Okay. Add a way for the user to be able to cancel a pan to location over time. Is this an agent thing? I don't even think it's an agent thing. I think I meant to click something else. Yeah, that. Out of curiosity, what did this even suggest? Cancel kills the tweens and gets rid of the camera locking. I think this is actually correct. Anyway, let's try it. Yeah, Octana. How about adding some chevrons as the background for characters with available skill points? That might work as long as there's enough space to be able to see them. I'm kind of concerned that everything we've done so far is too subtle and that might also be subtle. But yeah, it's hard for me to say. All right, cancel pan to location. So basically, there should be no panning in the game that you can't just stop yourself. So I guess anytime you apply any sort of input, we want to stop it for you. Can player move? That's here. What is this? A combination of things? No, it's not. Well, it's get is a combination of things. But if we set this thing to true, the camera may still be locked due to panning. Entity to track. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of that either. All right, how do we want to code this? So if where's can player move? Why is that ever set to true by default? And we set it to false. Where? Just here. Lock the camera out of position. Do we even use this function? Nope. So wait, we should just delete this then, right? Delete that. Lock at is now no longer used anywhere, which means can player move is never set to false anywhere. Yeah. All right, I guess delete this too. I wonder if we have a reason to ever do this. We might in the future, but we don't now. Also, is this thing still asking me about AI stuff? Yeah. All right, so pan and zoom immediate. This should be used. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, I don't care about that. But yeah, lock out I don't want. Lock position is also deleted then. Unlock, is unlock ever used? We now no longer lock anything. Yeah, we unlock it in several locations for no reason. Oh, man. All right, so we delete this. Can player move and lock position are probably never even needed anymore, right? That has a value. Yeah, this is never set. So we delete this too, delete this, delete this. Then can player move is now no longer ever used, right? Yeah, so get rid of this stuff, I guess. Delete that too. So now this isn't needed. There's no need to ever set this. I guess there's just this. This thing is set to true, which we never call. So this is not needed. So we just need to get. Entity to track is used in exactly one part of the game, and we do want to keep that, and we don't want to let you override it. So I guess we keep that stuff the way it is, right? Yeah. And what, that's public? Oh, God. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So this is what we want to do now. We want to go change the input. So if you can't move because of the camera being locked due to panning, then I guess we just cancel this. Wait, that's the scroll wheel. I guess the scroll wheel is fine. Let's just have a work for the scroll wheel then for now. Or I guess we could put the same thing here. Camera's locked due to panning. Then what do we say? Cancel panda location. Yeah, and then put the same thing up here. And then just try running that, see where that takes us. Oh wait, this is gonna fail miserably because unhandled input gets everything, including mouse motion. So even when I just move the mouse from side to side, it's gonna cancel the movement. I mean, we can still try it. It broke somewhere. Oh, I have a breakpoint. I think I was trying to drag the chat close and I accidentally messed that up. Okay, well, this is nice. We can stop this. But yeah, it shouldn't stop immediately. Unhandled input. So this is if you are moving the camera. So we can put those there. And then this is if you drag. Or where's the keyboard input? Oh, that's from, oh man, that's from the camera input handler. Set movement direction. And this is called from two different places. Yeah, in either case, if this thing was on, then we want to turn this off. And then same thing for dragging. So we delete this. And I guess just set of entity to track is not null. Oh, this is for any movement though, right? We never had anything preventing this, did we? Oh yeah, we had it right there. Okay, that's fine. So I guess get rid of the concept of can player move. It should just be if the camera's locked due to panning or not. And if it's locked, then we just change this. Yeah, in fact, I don't even think we should have this here. I think just anytime you zoom on something, we just put this like that. And even here, we could just say if the camera is not locked due to panning, then just return. And that way we don't need the caller to have a condition on this. We can just call this freely from anywhere now. Okay, so delete that stuff. We don't even need this here. And as long as this never sets it to 0, does it? It can set it to 0. Every time there's input, it's going to set it to 0. So I guess it's just if it's not 0, we want to cancel this out. If direction is not equal to vector 2.0. Cool. All right, what else? We needed in the mouse dragging stuff. This should still be what it was, as should this. Started dragging. I don't care about any of this. What I care about is that you actually moved it somewhere. Yeah, this right here. Cancel panda location. Okay, let's see. This will hopefully be good. So we click, we can now drag the camera and cancel that. We can zoom and cancel it, but when we move the mouse, it doesn't cancel it. WASD should cancel it. Yeah, this is a lot better. Oh, I'm like, why is this not working? But it's because I'm not on a QWERTY keyboard. Nice. Nice. Yeah, great. Yeah, this bothered a lot of people. And I guess technically the same thing even works for this camera now, right? So if we're on this map and we click upgrade portal, we can still just drag this wherever. Great. Great, great, great. Keyboard shortcuts to dialogues. Long-standing request, I believe. Oh, I think you have another PR that I forgot to look at. I should write that down. I still technically haven't tried agent mode. All right, we have one more thing we need to test. And that is during the tutorial, we lock on an entity. You should not be able to override the camera in that case. Do cameras get loaded properly? Yeah, hopefully they do. All right, let's try it out. So we hire this, and then we just immediately start a battle. Now it's locked here. Yeah, we can't move. Oh, well, the arrow keys look like they're trying to make us move. Okay, that we got to stop. It's like screen shake. Set movement direction. If direction is not equal to 0, cancel panda location. So you need to be able to move here. If not, can player move return? Yeah. All right, that'll fix it. Agents are more important than my PRs. The agent merger PR. Best of both worlds. All right, so now WASD is doing nothing. We can't move this at all. What happens when we reach the portal? Okay, now we can move again. Probably fine. And then what happens when we win the battle? So I'm going to go over to here. I think it pans the camera back to the portal. Yeah, so if I just cut this off. Oh, but then we can be zoomed out too far. Oh, the zoom index is broken. I guess the zoom tween wasn't null, in which case we need to set the zoom index. Yeah. Maybe we show an icon on screen when the camera's locked on something. It only happens in one place in the game right now. And the only place I ever see it happening again is in like the game intro. So if people express confusion, I think it'd be worth doing. But otherwise, I think it'll be okay. Wait, why did I do this? This isn't what I cared about. I care about winning the battle. All right, it's going to zoom out. I'm going to cancel the zoom. Yep. And then if I zoom in, it should work. Yeah, good. What extension shows it inline? That's called error lens. I've got a video about that stuff there with the links to the extensions I use there. The other one that people really like is VS Code Eval, which is whenever you see me do any sort of math operation or, you know, maybe on multiple lines, like in life equals 5 and in armor equals 1. And I'm like, you know what? We need to square both of these numbers. So I do something like this and then like this. Yes, 1 squared is not interesting, but the idea is there. All right, so I think we're good here. Why does town have a change? Because of that. And we got rid of the camera unlock calls. Weren't there 3 of these? Yeah, there's a 3rd one. Okay, yeah, no problem, X Snake. Cool. All right, so we got rid of a bunch of stuff that wasn't used and then simplified the remaining things. Yeah. All right, not too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. Panda location. Yeah. All right, allow interrupting pan to location over time. This was frustrating a bunch of players to lose control of the camera for so long. I think it's 3 seconds. Yeah, it's kind of a long time for that. All right, look through PRs. Let's go do that. Unify money label and sludge label and control dialogues with the keyboard. Closes 888 to create a single currency label. Money label and sludge label extending. Connect to the proper currency. Should have probably done this from the beginning. Sounds good to me. All right, so some UIDs changed. We've got the new currency label. This is the root class of both of the new ones. This uses it. I'll look at the stuff in Godot. Sludge label also uses it. Then we have this combined currency label. And money label just needs a pull from money. Sludge label needs a pull from sludge. Okay. I think overall this looks pretty good. Let's go try it out and let's look through the code a little bit more closely. Oh, which means I first need to sync all of the stuff I did. Might cause merge conflicts. I don't know what I've been modifying, but it's been all over the place. Yeah, no, it didn't. 889 GHPR checkout 889. Okay. Close out of that stuff. Open this. So the main reason I think this happened is because someone requested that Wisdom Sludge turned red when you're nearing the max. Oh, I gotta turn that thing off. Hang on a second. There we go. Yeah, so if your money hits maximum, it turns a reddish color, and that means you should probably start spending it. It's the same thing with Wisdom Sludge now. When this hits the maximum, it starts turning red. And so much of the code here is common between these two that's why we now have an inheritance hierarchy for these. So I mean, the feature works. This looks fine. Oh, wait, this lost its tooltip. Wait, both of them lost their tooltips. Wait a second. Yeah, weird. Huh. Yeah, they lost it everywhere, I guess. Okay, we'll have to figure out what happened there. You reload? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I do not like that I have to do that. And I should just get in the habit of doing it always. Because there are a lot of things that can require a reload, and they're not always obvious. They're still not there. All right, well, I'll have to investigate that. Looks like the tooltips aren't showing on the new labels. All right, let's look through the code. Panels, top bars got some different UIDs. Same thing with town menu. The money label had different size flags and alignment, which is possibly in the root class now. Oh, I can take a look too. Maybe I'll find something here. So let's go look at currency label. We have a tooltip. We have no... Wait, maybe we do set this? Tooltip where the content shows? Let's take a look. Tooltip. Town.town tooltip. This is initialized. Yeah, that should work fine. And this is on the parent, which is an entire HBox container. I don't see why this wouldn't work, unless there's no text in it. That's possible. Is that text here? Is this being called? Oh, maybe money needs to change at least one. No, it's not being called. What? Money label. Update tooltip. It's only when the max changes. Otherwise, this calls update label. That's probably correct. But maybe the max money doesn't change at the beginning of the game. Return to title, new game. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't change. So nothing's calling this at the very beginning. I guess we just need to call update tooltip at first. Although if we're doing that, we should just be doing that from init in the base. I wonder if we need the initial call to update. Oh, wait, it does do this. What? Is it not being initialized? That's not possible, right? Let me launch this again. Something unusual is happening right now, and I'm not sure what. Okay, broken here. Yeah, so we initialized the money label. Then that calls into base init, which is here, which calls update tooltip, which causes this breakpoint to be hit. This seems wrong. We're calling init like 8 times. That was strange. Wonder if the override on tooltip string is not working. Wait, first I want to figure out why is that init being called so many times. I want to see what the call stacks are. Okay, so we're in money label. I only want to check money label for right now. And the call stack for the first one is here. Now I hit the play button. It's again. Call stack is here. Let's put this to the side. Then I hit play again. It's hit again. Call stack is here. Hit play again. It's hit again. All right, so yeah, what are those call stacks now? They're different every time. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the battle panel has its own label. The adventurers panel has its own label. The perks panel has its own label. And then the town menu. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, multiple copies of those. I forgot. All right, so then that's expected. So then with update tooltip, it sets it to tooltip text. This is a test. This will let me know if it was blank or not. Oh, I mean, so we'll. Oh, nice. It was blank. Okay. So whatever tooltip text is blank. And yeah, that's because this is a built-in Godot thing. That's why. Yeah, there must be some other property. Tooltip string. Ah, an easy to make mistake. Yeah, tooltip text is some built-in Godot thing and it was set to nothing. All right, that should fix it. No, it's okay. All right, there we go. Tooltip resolved. All right, so now when we beat the next elite, the number should rise. It did, but the red didn't change here. So that's another problem. I wonder if this... Yeah, weird. Okay, so if you're at 150 wisdom sludge and increase the max, the label will still be red. That might work that way with money too. How would we test this more easily? Let's go into town and go to unhandled input and type page up. Yeah, so we'll put that there. And when you type page up, we're going to act like you just beat an elite. How do we do that? Elite max money. Here it is. Here's this. And then we go back to our page up thing and put this here. Okay, so get within 1. Done. So when I press page up, it's going to increase the maximum to 1,000. But before I do that, I'm going to set this to 150 and then increase it. So now it's 1,000 and it's still red. Yeah, so that's a problem. I'm guessing if we did that same thing but spent some money, it would no longer be red. Yeah, so now if I get even 1 penny. Yeah, nice. Update label is not called. I guess for money, it's not an issue because you also earn money always. Maybe in your bustling town. My town's just got crickets and they don't spend any money. Where's the max changing? I know we have it in these individual ones. This is update tooltip. We should probably call some parent thing. Hang on a second. I think I'm just going to modify update tooltip to also update the label or make some compound function for both of those things. Yeah, we have no reason to ever just call update tooltip, do we? No, it's either update tooltip and label or it's just update the label. And Steffa, welcome in. No vibe coding, no. We just do the regular kind of coding. So we only have to update the tooltip when the maximum changes. So let's just call this like max currency changed. And then call update label here. The label's based on the max, I guess. So we delete this. And that should just fix it. Okay, so now we do that. Press page up. It turned white. Do it again. Whoop. We do it again. Turns red. Yeah, nice. The same thing should happen for Wisdom Sludge. I highly doubt there's a problem with this, but we'll try it anyway. All right, so we right click this. It goes to 150. Press page up. It turns white. Press it again. It goes to 1,000. Hey, Push Toy. Push Toy, your name always reminds me of Push Pops. You ever had one of these? They're not even that good or anything. Whenever I read your name, I think of this. It's only 2 letters off. Okay, so let's check in these changes. Or call them, yeah. Hey, Goose. All right, so we just won't check in town, but we do want to check in this stuff. Boy, there were 2 problems that were fixed. Yeah, this is one of them. Technically just the tooltip string. I'll just check in. Ah, darn it. I don't want to do that. I want to split these commits, but I don't want to spend the time doing it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. We'll just check them in as one. Fix 2 bugs. What was the first one? Tooltips weren't showing because the string used to populate them was a Godot built-in instead of our own property. Okay, and the other one is when updating the maximum currency, we need to adjust the label coloring. There we go. You can select just that line, but that line had 2 changes on it, and it would have been annoying. Or, well, yeah, I see what you're saying. I couldn't have just clicked the plus button. I would have needed to select this and right-clicked and gone to stage selected ranges. So that would have worked. He jumped to sky. All right, so we're not going to check this in. And now we need to finish reviewing the changes. Okay, so currency label. Let's go take a look at that. I don't recall what we had, so I'm going to trust this is the same as far as arrangement goes. And then we have what? Money label as the exact same scene, and sludge label as the exact same scene. And then currency label, we should probably... Nothing explicitly has a comment for these things? No, I guess not. And I don't think it's probably necessary, but I wonder if we should just add here, this is used for both money and wisdom sludge. I don't think that's necessary. I think you'll just check the inheritance hierarchy if you're curious about it. All right, so then I'm happy with this, and this. Currency label we pretty much already reviewed, but let's still take a look. And then we just have to look at money label and wisdom label, yeah. All right, so we have a sprite to remove the animation, but we never actually removed the animation. So we could get rid of this. I think I'm going to get rid of it, yeah. And that means that we don't need the sprite to have a unique name, but there's no real problem with that. So sprite is gone. So also probably be helpful for the mana UI. Yeah, that's true. Okay, remove unused function. Every once in a while, I delete working code that I think would be complex enough to make again, where I think it's worth having a README for. But that was just calling stop on an animation, so I don't think that's necessary. So what do we use it for? When when you made the tab dialogues, you put the currency in that common place and then said that you didn't want the animation showing. And I asked you about it and you said, I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. So I don't know. That's the answer to that question. That's still in the PR. Yeah, but the method was already there when I did that. Oh, it was really? Okay, I don't know. Maybe I put it there then. My bad. I didn't realize you would just call them. I thought you'd added them. Yeah, I must have had some. Maybe I didn't want to animate it inside the original perks menus that we had, because the original views where we had just town perks, and somewhere like right above or below this we showed money. And I think against the background with these not being animated, it looked a little weird. But yeah, I don't know for sure. What was I reviewing after that? Oh yeah, the rest of this. All right, so amount label, this is actually used. We update this, that's fine. Currency tooltip, we definitely use. The town we need for what? We only need for the children. No, actually, that's not true. We need it for this too. Yeah, that's fine. Currency value, max currency value. That's fine. That's fine. Wait, what? Why is this? Oh, I'm going to make one tiny change here, which is that. Actually, I might make the same change over here too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, what next? What next? What next? Tooltip string is protected and is set from the children. Messages, I get tooltip text. Max money. Increases by defeating elite enemies. And then the sludge one probably says the same thing. Yep. Let's modify currency. To right click. Sounds fine. What's the money label doing for that one? Just modify money. Yeah. Town.sludge plus value. What? Huh. I don't remember that being there. But yeah, pretty good. Because the longer is it. No, that part makes sense. I was curious about the town.sludge because I remember we stored this inside the chef slime. I wonder, we must have used this somewhere else already, right? Yeah, here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I think this is good. Just check this in. Remove some intermediate variables. Sync. Fix some minor bugs, but this looks good, and I'm glad we have cleaner code as a result. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for doing this, Kevin. All right, so that's been merged. Let's go get the new branch. And let's look at the other one of these. So what, oh, wait. I never looked at the original issue. Yeah, nice. Okay, control dialogues with the keyboard. Note, this was a low-hanging fruit, decided to implement it. System is simple. When specifying dialogue data, you can provide a submit and cancel options. The latter defaults to dismiss. When the user presses escape with the dialogue open, the cancel option is invoked. When they press enter, the submit one is invoked. I added handling of this for all existing dialogues. In the future, when we create new ones, we should think about this and provide the appropriate options. When dialogues have dialogue data is dismissible, set to false. Wait a second, didn't I add a new dialogue? Oh, I think Kevin got that already then. User presses escape with the dialogue open. Yeah. Dialogues have is dismissal as a false. Dismiss will do nothing. Not sure whether this would conflict with 885. I wasn't even able to focus the dialogue with the keyboard. I wouldn't worry about this for right now. Yeah. The thing that I'm hoping for with this, and I don't remember what this issue said, is to be able to press escape to get out of multi-phase dialogues. So I'm really hoping that just naturally works. Let's go check it out. And then as I just mentioned before, we are going to reload the project. Oh, I see. Now we'll need some change to the dialogue chains. Gotcha. All right, so we click this. If we want to build, we just press enter. If we don't want to build, we press escape. Working great. So what happens if we do click a multi-part dialogue? Well, it's definitely faster. Get out of that now. And this is the longest dialogue in the game. Didn't mean to click that. Just trying to click this super fast. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, feature looks good. Let's go take a look at this. What else did this say? Yep, sounds fine. Submit option, upgrade option ID. We could probably default, if we only have two things, we can just assume that the button we specified is the submit option. I want to capture this event in dialogues that may be hidden. Well, a temporary one is shown. Okay, handle input option, cancel or submit. I see how that works. Interesting. So how does this work when hiring? Escape doesn't do anything in that case. I think this is fine. I'm just trying to think of what would happen if we were to mark these as handled. This is an unhandled input. So something else we get the opportunity to handle this. Yeah, I think we do need to mark this as handled. And we just don't happen to have that as a problem right now. But I think if we added a handler to town, so if we copied this, for example, into unhandled input, just paste this and just say gd.print you pressed escape. And then I launched that and close out of this one. Oh, we can't even press escape at all now. Oh, that's another thing we probably shouldn't do. Yeah. Because now you can't even save the game or anything. Anyway, let's try that out. Okay, so if I press escape, it's not doing anything. Weird. I guess because the settings menu is handling it. This is probably fine. Yeah, if you press escape on the higher dialogue, we should probably just open the settings menu. I wonder if we just allow you to close that. Probably not, actually. Wait, what happens if you... Now I guess there's no way to save at all, huh? Oh, you could autosave though. Ooh, yeah, what would happen in that case? What happens if you autosave with the higher dialogue open? Hey, Cavino, how's it going? Welcome, everybody. Hey, Hypnotic. Hey, that gamer. Oh, we're working on Skeleseller still. Pretty much anytime you come in the next probably several months, that's what's going to be happening. Hey, Severus. Hey, Von Goit. They're set as handled when an option is matched. See the method? Pausing on non-dismissal of dialogues. We should probably do, yeah. Yeah, I might throw that back over the fence. This stuff's fixed. Consider allowing escape to open the settings menu when you have the higher dialogue open. They're going pretty well. So first, let's get that done. A little shout out. Playing the demo while watching the stream works pretty well. Probably intentional. Yeah, so we've been making a lot of just small improvements in the last, I don't know, like 7 hours or something. And the newest thing that we've been looking at right now is Kevin made a PR so that you can press enter to activate this button and escape to activate this button. So if I want to close the dialogue, I press escape. If I want to activate the dialogue, I press enter. So it works how you'd expect. These are the kinds of changes that they elevate the game just a little bit. And same thing with a whole bunch of other changes that I made earlier today. It's like, I don't know, we like clarified some text or we made something turn red that wasn't red before. It's like, they're not major game features. They're not going to like drastically change how someone interacts with a game. But some of it is educational. Like it will nudge you towards something you need to do. Those changes are pretty important. Yeah. And yes, they also don't feel great to implement. I have this whole bricklaying philosophy, which is just every brick you're putting toward this wall is progress, and none of them will probably feel great and they're boring tasks, but that's how you build the wall. Kind of impressive if they do work. Yeah, I wouldn't even necessarily say juice for some of these things. I think of juice as being like flashy polish. I think of this as just being like regular polish. Like being able to press escape on this dialogue in my mind is not juice. But yeah, we had some like weird things going on. There was like a bush growing out of the guild. So we fixed some of that stuff. I don't even know what else. Oh yeah, things like this. When you plant things on the farm, they now show, this is an old branch. Well, anyway, here's the old version. It showed growth stage 4 out of 6. Like that doesn't mean anything. So now we show it as a percentage and it'll slowly march toward 100% and then you can just harvest the thing. Did send the commit. Okay, yeah, let me take a look. But yeah, anyone who's interested in trying this game out, I published a new demo as of like 3 hours ago. So it's there on Steam. It's freely playable for now. I will probably not. Why is this popping open all of a sudden? I don't ever want this to open. Yeah, it's just ignoring. Can I like turn this off? Hide all live broadcasts. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Okay, well, anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, the new demo's online, and I probably won't add new content to the free demo anymore. That's at least my plan. So if anyone is interested in playing the game after, I don't know, pretty much like next best and trying out new content, I've got a message right now in the news channel of the Skeleseller Discord. Are you interested in helping playtest? If so, just put a thumbs up here. So these people will probably get free access to the game in perpetuity because hopefully they'll provide some help. And I guess there's no guarantee of that, but yeah, I'll probably make sure everyone gets a free copy and can play the game before it's out. All right, I don't have changes, do I? What's this? Nothing important. So sync and rerun. How does 4.4 feel in comparison to 4.3? I think we updated back when it was still, I want to say in dev, not even in beta. So I don't think I spent a lot of time on 4.3. So in general, it just, I mean, it feels good. It feels like Godot. I probably would have been able to answer this more completely back then, right when I'd switched, to tell you exactly what the problems were. Because I know there were some things like we had tile maps turned into tile map layers. I think that made tile maps easier to use. Like it's kind of minor now. There were some bugs that were fixed. The engine used to crash when you had a C# build and you kept a reference to a style box in code. So every single time you closed the game up until like however many months ago, the game just crashed. And yeah, you were closing the game anyway, but it was really frustrating that it kept popping up a dialogue for everybody. It's like, that wasn't even our fault. Okay, so Kevin just made the change on this, where now if you press escape, it opens this up. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, one of the things I'm curious about is if I save and load, what happens here? Oh, it just pops it up again. Okay, well, that answers that question. All right, I think we can pretty much check this in. We just need to finish reviewing it. Also building in Godot 4.3 mono build. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're not saving a reference to a style box, then you're probably not having that issue. But I don't think updating was too painful or anything. But it all depends on how much you've built, right? If you have a team of like 100 people, then what you build in a month is probably going to be more than what one dev does in a year. All right. Oh, here's the accept event. I see. Wait. Then did I misread whatever the conversation mentioned? What did this say? We may need to accept event when the buttons are pressed so we don't take... Oh, I think I follow. This is only to do with 885. Need to refresh. Oh, the code. Yeah. Wondering if it's worth it from 4.3 to 4.4. It's hard to say because I don't know which issues you're running into, but it's very easy to try. If you just got the new Godot and made sure you're working from a clean slate, it's going to back up your project file anyway. And then you can just see like, does it work? What breaks? What's better? It may not be super helpful. For me, I wanted to switch for a few reasons. One, I was so sick of all the UID errors. I'm working with at least 2 other developers, and occasionally Quickie Joe will also commit some stuff too. And it's like anyone making a change would just like wipe out UID files and or change UIDs. It doesn't matter. Anyway, they've done a lot since then. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're making an alligator-based game, you've got the jiggle bone. Hey, how do you pronounce your name? Mikra? Micra? Mike R. I'm gonna write this down. Mike R. There. All right, I shall write this down. Nice. Okay, Mike. Oh, what's this? Set the option to be invoked when the player presses escape while the dialogue is presented. Defaults to dismiss, which will make the dialogue be dismissed. Defaults to null, which won't do anything. 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 So that's supposed to be a percent sign. Special option to be used in cancel option or submit option to dismiss the dialogue in those situations. What? Oh, you can put this in submit because you might only have a dismiss button. I see. If you only have a single button. Yeah. Okay, so now what? All of these things are going to be changed. Yeah. I should probably look through this and make sure they all make sense. But I'm probably not going to do that. Yeah. And yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to very lazily um look through this. Interesting. UI submit wasn't already a thing. Oh, it's UI accept, I think, by default. How are they different? UI accept is enter, KP enter, and space. And UI submit is enter, KP enter, but not space. I wonder if we should just use UI accept. I don't really mind. Oh, you didn't know. Okay, yeah, sure, then I'll delete this. Because then I think it's automatically bound by default to the controller as well. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't be because they wouldn't know about this. UI text submit. Wait a second, what? That already existed? UI text submit? It's getting a lot of crashes of shader code, which resolved. Also knows the debugger worked better. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Godot overall. I think there are some issues that have been a little frustrating from the beginning. Like one, anything with sizing and in Windows, the OS, not Windows, the Godot concept. There's just some weird issues sometimes. And I still haven't gotten to the bottom of these, and I'm waiting for the next process frame, and I'm making sure something's visible. And like those sorts of things are a little bit tough. The UID issues are still annoying. There are now UID files, and yet still sometimes they just change for some reason. I'm not sure why. What else was there? Oh yeah, no web export for C#. Probably some other things. I don't remember what all of them are. How hard is it to rebind keys in game? Haven't looked into it. I haven't looked into it either, so I'm not totally sure. But I assume Godot has some support for it, given that they have all this input map stuff. But yeah, I haven't looked into it. What I want to see is, does text submit exist by default? I'm a little confused. It's not even showing up there. I don't think it was added here, was it? Text submit. No, just submit. What? Where's this coming from? And why is there a pin icon here? What is that pin icon? Oh wait, there are pins for all of these. Maybe that means they're default? And the non-pins are ones we added. Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, so we're going to get rid of UI submit. Just delete that completely. Reload the project just in case we need to. And then anywhere that we had UI submit, we're going to replace with UI accept. So now space will technically activate the dialogues as well. And yeah, nice. Wow, look at that. I can build everything so fast. I can go through every single dialogue that's here. Yeah, pretty cool. Why does I press space here? Nothing. Yeah, nice. Okie dokie. By the way, I want to work on the next music track at some point. I've fleshed something out a little bit, but I'm not sure if it sounds stupid. But I've only been playing it on piano so far, so I can't really easily play it right now. If I had like an FL Studio project, I could. This is just fixing a typo, so I guess we check that in. Fix typo. Now this one's just clarifying a comment. And then these two both are the same thing. Remove UI submit shortcut. UI accept already exists. So I use that. Cool. Frame one. like that streamer you mentioned earlier today. uh, they just made a YouTube video. It was just baffling. Just baffling. Doing a lot of work and learning on animation. RE targeting Udo. I'm not sure I totally understand. Animation RE targeting? Oh, animation retargeting? I don't think I know what that is, though. Also, hold on one sec. Yeah. Cat just meowed loudly at the door. So this we've answered. This we started to work on. We gotta go check this in. This looks good, and thanks for making the changes I asked about on stream. What was I gonna say? Oh, there's something I was gonna write. Oh yeah, I didn't look through every single dialogue. I lazily reviewed the bulk of the minor changes here. Abby. Abby? Come on over. Yeah. Come on. Yep. Good girl. Hello. Came from Unreal. Retargeting is a big feature. Uh oh, no. No typing. No typey. Hi. Yeah. Come sit down. Good girl. Oh, this cat is so wonderful. She's purring already. Settings confirmation one. Would you mind trying that out? Yeah, let's take a look. So let's turn this off. Click over here, hit escape, and that closes it. Hit enter and it saves it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. Oh. Oh, Catso. You can see your tiny little head pop up right here. All right, we made some pretty good progress. I wonder if I should push again. Are any of the changes like super impactful? What have we done? Let's type 15 here. Yeah, so here are all the ones we've done since the last one of these. Whoops. Oh, wait, no, hang on. I'm on the wrong branch. Yeah. That third one's pretty good for usability. Actually, so is this one. I think we should push. I think the other ones are helpful. Only show tips that wouldn't immediately close. Yeah. I should have said have closed. Render crop growth as a percent. Yeah, okay. For Mixamo and retarget them to work with the Sydney assets. I am not familiar with a lot of this stuff. But I see what you're saying. Retargeting onto other skeletons. Yeah. Is she in the game yet? No. I'm in the game though. This cat. It's just so lovable. All right, so I think we should push a new version. And then I think that's probably going to be pretty close to it for today. By the way, for those who hadn't heard, I'm going to be on the Twitch front page in 9 days. So Wednesday of next week. And I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. It'll probably be working on Skeleseller in some capacity. I don't know what. Can't give that away in the demo. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go to our release notes and let's release a new version. So project.godot. Bump version to 0.7.4. All right, run this stuff from tools. Oh man, the cat like desperately wants to play. She likes one very specific toy. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, this thing. this toy is like the only one she ever wants to play with. So we have to buy like 10 of them at a time. Eventually she'll go through them. So we haven't been able to play with her as much lately because she's just not interested in the, oh darn it. Check this in. Add missing UID file. How was this missing? How did I not add this already? Farm tip. It's definitely not checked in. Or did it change? No, no, okay. If the cat isn't pettable, there will be riots. Oh, nonsense. There are plenty of games with cats you can't pet. Sometimes I touch it accidentally and they both come running. We keep ours in our like towel closet, our linen closet. There are plenty of rides, actually. That's fair. Okay, so this is done. Now we're going to upload to itch and upload to Steam. All right, it's uploading. Now we got to click this, but do it off screen. Actually, it doesn't really matter if I ever leak this. It's just going to involve the testers needing to update something, which we don't have testers yet. Okay, where's Steam? Here it is. Is this done? I shouldn't do this before it's done. Yeah, it's done. Push. Current build is identical. What? That's not possible. Oh, it's separated now. Okay, there we go. Default preview. All right, so what version did I just make this? I don't even remember. 7.4. Okay, so we said live. I click this little confirmation thing. Done. Maybe? Unable to confirm. Please try again later. I'll just close the app. Did it work? Unable to confirm. Okay, why? Did I write this down somewhere? No, my only Steam notes are private notes. What day is maintenance day? Tuesday, I think. Well, it should work eventually. Now it says I have no confirmations. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't think I've ever done this before. Huh. What happened? I see that the build looks like it's on the default branch. Maybe... Uh-oh. Did it work? Uh-oh. I don't know what to do in this case. Yeah, I like canceled out of the confirmation. And now I don't see confirmation and I can't choose the build again. It thinks it's already on this build. Publish? I don't know. Play the demo. If this had an update button, it would work, but I don't have it set to automatically update. So the fact that it says play and not update means it's definitely at least not on my machine yet. But I don't know how to back out of this. I've just never had this happen. All right, let's search for this. Steam, publish, build. What's it saying? Current and next build ID are identical. Or different, or different. I mean, I know what the error means. What I want to find out though is how am I supposed to? You're on 073. Should be 074 though. How did I get myself into this state? Oh man, and how do you get out of this? Oh, you know what I could do? Okay, I have an idea. I can revert back to the old build here. Ah, and then cancel this. Okay, yeah, here's what we do. All right. This is smart, maybe. And then we just cancel out of this notification. Yeah, cancel. All right, and now we can set it back to the new build. Maybe. No, it doesn't let me do this. All right, I don't know. Maybe it worked and just we need to wait. Yeah, it might be that. Man. Yeah, man. When I reverted, I got an update for 0.7.3. I wonder if anyone has a version 0.7.4. The only way you'd be able to tell is if you actually open the game. I don't think there's a way you can check ahead of time. But if anyone does have 0.7.4, please let me know. You do have it. Oh. I don't know how that worked because it said it errored a couple times. But yeah, cool. Okay, then. Wow, that's weird. So just to share what happened again. I hit publish on the site, and then on my phone, I have to confirm it. And I hit confirm, and it said like error, try again later. And I did that again, and it said error, try again later. And then I hit cancel just to get out of that. And then I like lost the dialogue. It never said success, but it apparently did publish it. And I should see it here soon. It took 6 minutes last time. It took restarting Steam. Okay, well then I'm not gonna worry about this. Let's go modify the old news event and just have this say 0.7.4. Yeah, did we change anything worth noting exactly here? Unify these, allow interrupting, remember that? Yep. Tip about building this. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm gonna just modify this and say 0.7.4. And then here I'm gonna say that we've made now how many? We added like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I'll just say about 25 small changes. Save. Okay, there we go. And it should be on itch already too. Edit 354, 354. Yep, cool. Nice. Well, look at all those notifications. Someone posted in my topic. I love this game. Z Bombies, baby. I know who this is. Okay, Cat's going bonkers over here. I should go play with her. Let's find someone to raid. Today was a pretty productive day. I'm glad we got a bunch done. It's really, really hard to say what's going to happen on Wednesday exactly because I don't want to just do this for hours on end. I think we should probably start prioritizing this stuff, and maybe I should even do that tomorrow. Look at the post demo stuff and keep addressing feedback. By the way, something I should mention, and if you're an aspiring streamer, please pay attention. If you want to start streaming right around now on, let's say like Wednesday or Friday, pretty much any day that I stream, and you want to play Skeleseller, I can just raid you and I can watch you play at some point or watch the VOD or something like that. And you can get a bunch of people who are already interested in the game to watch your stream. So it's win-win. But for now, I'm going to go just find someone quickly to raid. Give me a sec. I just like looking through a whole bunch of options. The mouse cursor disappeared. There we go. All right. So let's see, same category, English. And let's see if there's anyone whom I have not rated before. Hey, this person who's got low uptime. Yeah, let's rate this person then. I like checking out different people in the category. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the support today. I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll just keep coding. We'll keep working on this. And yeah, if you haven't checked out the game, there it is. Wish listed. Wish listed. All right. I'm going to head out. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.